Biafra, Rokoborea, Makokaria, Mano, Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, Rokoborea, Karia, Mano, Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, Rokoborea, Makokaria, Mano, Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, Rokoborea, Karia, Mano. Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya, Wemanadica, Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya, Ogano Churi, also coach, but an obagated no. Ogago Churi, also coach, but an obagated no. Brother Masikwala, Makede, Sika, Kiweri, Sikiru, Basabu. Esio, Ema, one, Kissine, Madam, Makiwell, and the Gaby, Imanabu Kaga, Makiwa, yes, and you, and you only the Peru. Do her well, do her well in Borabo, on weekend, to us all. Do her well,
okay, Toma, I'm strong, I'm Toma, Lansito, to Toma, Kevin Williams, Ekelenge to Toma, Money man, to Toma, PPK Emmanuel, Toma, baby, you Biafra Chigozie, I'm strong, David, Chima, Thompson, Alex, people M, my own people M, Triple M, Yakaziregi, hashtag Biafra Mass Exodus, hashtag Biafra Mass Exodus, hashtag let them believe. As you're coming in, you can come on the studio. Let me pause the music. Let me pause the music. One unique thing about Biafrans is that we are intelligent, we are smart, we are able to articulate, we are able to even improvise. So that's why this topic this morning, even though I have not started, if you come into the room and you read the topic, Biafra will bring an end to Christian persecution. Biafra is in the interests of the West. Those that are still keeping silent about Biafra, some so-called Christian nations that are quiet about Biafra, they should know today that Biafra is the only Christian nation that will defend their own interests. If in America, they are no longer in protecting the interests of Christians, if in the UK, I am telling you, UK, no longer protecting the interests of Christians, if you are in the Middle East and you know that Christianity is a threat, you are taking a risk being a Christian, even in the Middle East, Biafra is the place to be. Biafra, we have a vast land, a big country. We have a countryside where can accommodate you. You will bring your businesses to Biafra. You will bring your enterprises to Biafra, and Biafra will accommodate you. I am telling you, there's a video I'm going to play this morning to show the West Let them stop complaining. Those of them crying, it is enough. Your solution is Biafra. Biafra is your answered prayer. Lord Lego Yibo, you are welcome. Mumu Chineke, you are welcome. Hit the like button, share this program, and let everyone know that Pastor Van 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 is here. Oh, Gene, let's go. Prince Onyebuchi Nole Akoke welcome to this program this morning. Anna, you are welcome. You're welcome, Esther Okosa. My home Esther, you're welcome. Pastor Ifeanyi Nwachineke, man of God, you are welcome. Walking on the I ain't got in the I am very gone. Oh, good. Biafra, supportive Biafrans, thank you. Freeman, the code Bonye is in the house. Thank you. Welcome, Freeman. Freeman, never taken us away. Don't worry, watching it. You are welcome. Let's do it. Let's hit the ball rolling. No total. I bring the video to you. I play it, and then we do the analysis, and we get going. Umuchineke. They are crying and they are complaining, but we need to tell them today that Biafra is their only hope. Yes.
In Qatar, for instance,
your only hope. Your only hope is Biafra. Let me get my backup and be sure that the audio is coming out. And if by accident you are not hearing the audio, just let me know. All right, let's go.
We must raise a voice to the fact that in every single Muslim country in the world, without exception, Christians are being persecuted. No. In Qatar, for instance, Christians live as second-class citizens. They don't have the same rights as Muslims. In Iran, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Saudi Arabia, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Pakistan, Christians are being bombed. Christians are being persecuted. He's feeding, yeah, good. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we must recognize that when Muslims dominate a society, Christians are persecuted. And that means that every Christian has a stake in the fight to roll back Islamization everywhere around the world. And we can, and we have, like they did in South Sudan, like they did, ladies and gentlemen, in the Caucasus, like they are doing in Indonesia, like they are doing in Iran.
Okay, I will repeat it again for the benefit of those that need to open their ears very well to hear, especially those in the West. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, copy this program, put it in WhatsApp groups, put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on Twitter. Let every one of them gather and listen to us as we will give them the gospel of heaven. Biafra will bring an end to Christian persecution worldwide. Biafra will be the only hope of Christians worldwide. Biafra will be the place where every Christian will go and they will have assurance of their life and their safety. Biafra, only Biafra. Let me repeat this video again for the benefit of everyone. Share it and let those in the West hear our voice so that they will not keep quiet, so that they will open their voices. If you are an ordinary citizen in the UK, you are an ordinary citizen in the US, you are an ordinary citizen in the Middle East, you are an ordinary citizen anywhere in Europe, raise your voice, raise a banner, stand on the side of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra is your only hope. Let's play this again.
We must raise a voice to the fact that in every single Muslim country in the world, without exception, Christians are being persecuted. No. In Qatar, for instance, Christians live as second-class citizens. They don't have the same rights as Muslims. In Iran, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Saudi Arabia, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Pakistan, Christians are being bombed. Christians are being persecuted. He's feeding, yeah, good. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we must recognize that when Muslims dominate a society, Christians are persecuted. And that means that every Christian has a stake in the fight to roll back Islamization everywhere around the world. And we can...
Every Christian have a role to roll back Islamization everywhere, all around the world. I want this Caucasian brother to repeat this statement.
Back Islamization, and that means that every Christian has a stake in the fight to roll back Islamization everywhere around the world.
Every Christian in the world has a role. You have a role to roll back. Do you know that what is playing out in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom is that so-called Islamization, which Mazin Nnamdi Okukano have been crying and speaking? And the UK is in support, are bankrolling this Islamization. They are supporting it. They are helping them. They are encouraging them. They are actually part of the system. I'm telling you. So, if you are a Christian in the UK and they tell you, now let me come in your own accent, if you are a Christian in the UK and they are telling you that they are a free world and you see what they are doing in Biafra, you better rise up and speak. Otherwise, very soon you will also be a victim. Look around you in the UK. They are trying to dominate everywhere. Already, most of the parts of France are already under the control of this Islamization. Go today to Sweden. Sweden have been taken. They've taken Sweden. Fair where I go Sweden. I'm telling you, they were trying to hand over and take over Germany, and then Germans are rising up to the occasion. But I'm telling you, Biafra is the only place where they will not succeed. They can never succeed. It is only Biafra that from inception, not that we started it recently, we didn't start it newly. From inception, Biafra, we have a policy, and our motto is Biri kam biri, onye biri ibeye biri. Onye sidi beye gahe bi nkwakwaya. Onye biri ibeye biri. In Biafra, we have never had anything like segregation in Biafra. Whatever your system of belief is, whatever your religion is, Biafra have never attacked you or resisted you or refused you based on your belief system. Never. We have never targeted any people based on their belief system. We have always respected people's opinions, people's ideas, and people's ideologies. We have never dominated, dispossessed people of their land or of their possessions. That is our core value. And that's what we are going to maintain. If you are looking for a society where there is going to be perfect and unadulterated rule of law, a system where everyone will have equal rights, a system of equity and justice, you will only find it in Biafra. Apart from Biafra, look anywhere else. Look anywhere else. Even here where I am in Italy, some of them that come from the Arab world, they give them even preferential treatments. Italy is a Christian nation, but I want to tell you what they do. They give even people from the Arab world, they give them preferential treatment. They give them, petting treatment. They soft handle them. They give them, that romantic treatment. They love them more. They show them more love. You know why they do it? Because they believe that when they show them more love, that they will not show that other side of them that the whole world know. But no matter what you do, wash a pig, dry a pig can never cease to become a pig. A carnivorous animal will always eat meat. No matter how you try to make it look smooth. The only thing is that you may be feeding the animal meat so that the animal will not turn you into their food. But the day you stop feeding that animal with the meat they eat, they will remember that you are a meat. They will remember that you are a meat. So what am I talking about? You need to rise up and support Biafra, because Biafra is the only nation that will bring an end to Christian persecution. How can you be in a country and they will have two laws for different citizens of the same country? In Qatar is a very decent country, very fine. But there are two different laws. A Muslim and a Christian do not have the same equal rights. A Muslim have more right than a Christian. That is what they are trying to bring in Nigeria. And then we say, no way, we can never be a part of it. We are a core valued society. Even though Christianity is not our major religion in Biafra, we have access to 3 different religions in Biafra land. Christianity, traditional worship, and Judaic worship. That's what we believe. But if you believe any other thing, you are a Muslim, you are whatever you believe, you have no problem living in Biafra as long as you do not impede the rights of your fellow Biafran. As long as you do not try to shove it on the throat of another Biafran to discard their own belief and follow your own belief system. Even if you tell them about it, no problem, but to force it on them, to persecute them or make them suffer because you want them to believe whatever it is you believe, it is a criminal offense in Biafra. So what am I talking about? If you are anywhere in the world and you do not stand for the plight of Biafrans, you are only hurting yourself. If you are in America, you are not standing for the plight of Biafrans, you are hurting yourself. I am telling you, the truth is that, let me tell you, whether you stand up for Biafra or not, Biafra is a guaranteed nation. Guarantee, it must come to pass. It must. So it is better for you to support it and it comes, and then we know that you are a friend of Biafra, than for you to ignore it and it comes, and then we'll know, look at them. They saw us suffering and they kept quiet. And then we'll just watch you go through whatever it is that you are going to go through. But believe me, whether you like it or not, you are going to go through a lot of torture. In the hands of these people you are training. All this Python you are training now, I'm telling you, they are growing big. Wait, they want to put something in their stomach. And I pray it doesn't become you tomorrow. Mazu Namba Jogo, grab the microphone this morning, watching Eke.
Yeah, good morning, my comrade.
Good morning, watching Eke.
How is Finland and his mother?
They are fantastically doing well.
That is good, good. You know, this your message this morning, people may talk that is a joke, but this message is something that we must think about it. As we are talking about Britain, you know, I think there is some places in Britain now that these people have already taken over. You see somewhere in Netherlands, I think whether last year or 2 years ago.
Look at the comment now. They say in Britain, Sharia courts exist everywhere. In Britain, no, there is Sharia courts. In Britain.
Yeah. I think the other Southampton or somewhere. I can't really remember. And there is a call again in Netherlands where some of the Muslim people, they give them document. They say that this is not what they want. That what they want is that their Sharia, that their law, another man's country that prompts a Netherlands people that to say that everything concerning that they are Muslim, like mosques, should be banned in that their country. And people may talk that it's hatred. No, it's to maintain the rules of the law of the country. Not that you will come for another man's country and you impose your own law on them, that they must follow your law. Like as he rightly said here in Italy, the way they treat the Muslims and those that call themselves Christians are not having the same right as those Muslims here in Italy. So anybody that is ignoring this at his own peril, that is the reason why when they were killing Christians back in the zoo, you will see that they will not comment, they will not talk. And they are the people now bring this Christianity to that Africa. And you see so much spying everywhere. These people will not talk because they have a plan with these people called their Muslim brothers. I yield my mic, my comrades. There is no any other person in the room.
Yeah, if you have something more to say, there's no problem. But the truth is that, look, the truth is that everything that is happening in Biafra land today, it is going to be a sign for them. They will know, you know, God does a thing in his own way. And the miracle of Biafra is going to shock all of them. It will shock all of them. Now, they are negotiating with their enemies. And they don't know that these people are enemies. Now, there are people in different countries of the world that see these things, and it is real. You know, there are a very decent Muslim countries, but I tell you, as decent as they are, if you are a Christian, a core Christian, the rights you have is not the same with the rights a full-fledged Muslim have. Believe me, I have Chinoso. Maybe Chinoso might have something else to say. Okay, say another point you wanted to make before Chinoso will grab the mic.
It's better than the European, the West, they work to and support Biafra, because Biafra is the only way that we make them to be free from all this terrorist attack. I call them terrorists, not Muslim, because that they are Muslim is not what they are practicing. They brought terrorism. So if Europe or the West entirely want to survive, they should support Biafra. Airborne.
Thank you. You see, in those countries, in all these Christian countries, let me now tell you, in Christian countries like in Ireland, in Britain, in America, you see that they prepare their food, the food of these people, because they know they don't eat this kind of thing. They prepare it specially. If you go in their country, do they put you in their budget? Did they plan for you? Did they ever think that, this is the kind of things that Christians like, let us do them that way? No. It is their own ego, their own interest they care, but they don't care about you, because as far as they are concerned, they are the only people that should be in the world. When I say that in Biafra land, if you're a Muslim, you will practice your Muslim freely without any problem. That is the law of Biafra. Even Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said it. It's just that we will decide whether or not, their structures will be erected or built, because we know the way they roll. So because we know the way they roll, we are going to restrict so many things. But as far as having rights is concerned, If you are a Biafran citizen, whatever you believe, you will have equal right with anybody. Anything you like, believe in. If you like, believe that an ant is your God in Biafra. You say, this ant is my God. Your right will not be demeaned from my own right. You will have equal right like Vam Vam Vam. I'm telling you. So that is what Biafra will be all about. It is true that because of the way they are dominating their Islamization, they have an agenda of taking over building. So because of that, there will be laws in place. There will be laws in place before any structure or anything will be erected. I'm telling you. So we're going to put that in mind when Biafra comes. And then it is our citizens. Citizens will decide what happens in Biafra. So we are going to give the microphone right now to Chinonso, who is also joining us from a very hardcore Islamic state.
Hello, good morning from here. I salute all Biafrans. I salute Abatobi and our Prime Minister, Man Simon, but in Joko one, I'll go to what an Irunian camp in Biafra land. See, let me say this. You see, Britain will pay for all the blood they have shared in Biafra land. I want to start by giving you one example because this Islamic agenda is they must conquer Britain. It's under most, they must conquer them. Look at what is happening. Take a club like Manchester United, who owns Manchester United now, is a man from Qatar, Islamic man. Take Man City, it's them. So what they are doing, they are investing in a place they draw attention of people where they can control you because Britain like money so much. Britain never value Christians. They value money so much. So if you can come invest in their country on a top thing that giving them money and giving fans their happiness, they welcome you. As any Islamic man is investing in your country, it has an agenda. There is something in his mind they want to get from you. And they also want to control. That is why he's investing on top of that thing that makes you happy. That's from where you make your money. Why did Britain support massacre of Biafrans or support that there will be no Biafra? Because of the oil. Because of they are getting from there. So once Britain value money more than Christianity or more than Christ, they must surely live in this thing they are showing because some part of Britain, according to cases has been known by them, they are protesting in Britain free and they want their law. In Germany, they want to start, but Germany said no, you can't take this. These are people who come in the name of they want to help you and take what that belongs to you. Look at in Nigeria, our people don't know. Look at how they conquer Nigeria. In every Biafra land, there is a Fulani cow. And our people keep on invest. They say they are doing their milk from this cow. You sell it to make you again. This is also how they are conquering the Christian world, Christian country, whatever they are entering into it. So we must understand that we must stand firm with Israel to make sure that nothing like Islamic to conquer Biafra land. That is where we are. So Christianity is by money. Christianity is by money. Once you have your money, you can buy them off. But you can never buy a Muslim man off. That is the problem we have because the money is what Britain value so much more than God. They only in their land they come and give us Bible and they destroyed us. So we must continue to support the liberation of Biafra in 2024 to end all this propaganda and all these things that is happening. Without that, we are going nowhere. Manchester United is no longer an Englishman owns it. Manchester City. Name all these big clubs. It's people that speak. The Muslim people are the owner of all these countries, all these clubs we're seeing now. So whether like it or not, we must continue what we do. Only to support the Biafra freedom is all we want. Nothing else. And that is the only way our Christianity will have a law that everybody will be equal right in the eyes of the God and in the eyes of the human being. We move. Ever. Not surrender.
Thank you so much, Nwachineke. It is true, I'm telling you. They are buying over everywhere. Paris Saint-Germain, French biggest club is owned by Muslims. It's not a problem that Muslims own it, but you need to understand that if you want to maintain your value system, you have to stand also for your people. You have to stand for your people, and you have to support whatever is in your own interest. I'm telling you, Biafra is in your own interest. It's in the interest of the West. Because these people of all the whole world, where did Hamas choose to go and make a safe haven after the attack on October 7 in Israel? It is in Nigeria of all places, because their plan is that they will make Nigeria their launching pad. And inside that Nigeria, they know the only opposition they have is Biafra. That is why they are doing everything to stop Biafra. And you in the West will talk about Biafra. You behave as if you don't know about it. You behave as if you don't understand what Biafra is all about. Let me tell you, the narrative have changed already. Gone are the days when maybe what we're doing is in the dark. We are trying to force it out. It is coming out. There is awareness. A very strong awareness campaign has been going on. The voices of Biafrans are being heard. We have a very strong media. And above all, we have a very powerful prime minister who Biafrans have stood behind, and allies in the West are keen in, filing up to support. If you do not support and you say you want your own survival, you are shooting yourself on the feet, I'm telling you. Very soon you will understand. So this program is for those of you in the West that have not found it very imperative and very important to back up the Biafra freedom, to support Biafra in every way, to write to your MPs in different of your parliament, telling them, look, you need to speak up for what is happening in Biafra, for Biafra to be free. If we failed in 1967, you see how the world is looking today. Today, we will never fail. And we are not banking our success on you. We're just telling you the benefit you will have if you rise up and be in support. Because whether you like it or not, the finger of God is already working in our favor and on our behalf. And the Almighty God that we serve have already conquered the enemy of Biafra. I'm telling you. So if you realize that we have this common enemy, and you know that Islamization is a very strong thing. I saw the other day one of the leaders in the UN. He's a Muslim. Her name, I think, is Fatima. Maybe one of these days I'll post the picture. I screenshotted the picture, but I forgot to post it. The last, what are they called? The ambassador of the British country in Nigeria, Caroline Leang, was there celebrating this lady, this Muslim, strong, powerful Muslim lady in the UN. These are the reasons why if UN will say anything, they will not against Nigeria, they will never enforce it. They will never carry it out. Somebody was kidnapped from Kenya, and UN saw the criminality and the atrocity of Nigeria, and they spoke, and they gave warning. And up to today, there was no enforcement. And these people that said they are a free world are not saying anything about it. I saw Carolina Liang standing shoulder to shoulder with this lady, a woman in the UN, Fatima, whatever. And they're snapping picture, and she's saying, my own mother, my powerful woman. Look, Britain, you people are breeding and training that same thing that will bring you down. The earlier you realize it and, speak in the interest of Biafra, or stay neutral. If you want to save yourself, maybe you don't want to be seen to be supporting one side, it is better you stay neutral. The genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, you know the role you played. You were part of that genocide, and you supplied them the arms with which they killed millions of Biafrans. And today you are still playing that game in this 21st century, and you think it will not backfire. It is already backfiring on you. It's already backfiring on you. Look at on the streets of England today. Look at what they are doing. They stage protests and they make all manner of pronouncements against your government, against your country, and they threaten you, and you can do nothing about it. Even when your citizens speak up and they attack them, you do not make any arrests. In your own country, you are not afraid to do something, to secure your own people. It is breeding, it is growing. Very soon, it will become a giant that will, overwhelm you all. That is what I have for you this morning. I don't know if you also have a closing remark, so that I will leave it here. And make sure you share this program and let people No.
Well, you have said all. It's only that those that we are talking to, they don't listen. They hear from one ear and go out from one ear. That is the problem we are facing. But whether they like it or not, the is now many go for Libya. That is the reason you have to read Biafra. It's also one of the most important and let God fight to so that is happening. So that everybody will understand it very well. Because Britain, had the word to read Biafra. These guys, they are trained, they are building, so in conclusion, we cannot do without saying a prayer to our angels. Let's go bless our angels, protect them. If we not get I got to ọnwa bịara na Biafra Liberation Army ndị Juu anyị ga-akwụ ndị Juu ka ha bata na ndị Juu ahụ nwaanyị ga-akwụ na ha ga na-ala body bag whether they like it or not. N'ihi na Chukwu oke abịa ma ikwu na Biafra ga-abịa so a tụrụ Chukwu oke abịa ma gozie Maazị Simon ịkpa ebe ọ bụla ọ na-eje n'ụtụtụ n'ehihie na mgbede na abalị ọ ga-echekwa bịa ọ ga-enye ogologo ndụ ya arụ isi ike ọ ga-abụ ọgbaligboro n'anya ndị iro ebe ọ bụla ha chere ka ewu di ya ọ pụta ebe ahụ ọ gafere ha ga na-achị ya ma hapụ Simon ha ma Simon otu a naka Biafra Liberation Army Chukwu ya gago Maazị Nnamdị ka ọ ga-enye ya ndụ na arụ isi ike ọ ga-eji ndụ wee pụta wee ruo uru akwụkwọ ọ tara ọ ga-anwụchu anwụchu ihe ike abụọ maka anyị nwa ọ ga-adị anyị na mma na eke dịrị anyị n'orie dịrị anyị na mma na nkwụ dịrị anyị na nkwụ Chukwu oke ala ma anyị akpọ gị sị ị nwere aka gị dị ike kpuchie ndị gị niile anyị gbabawo n'ime gị n'ụtụtụ gbaba n'ime gị gbaba n'ime gị na mgbede gbaba n'ime gị n'anyasị wee sị ga-enye anyị Biafra anyị ekwu otu a ka ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma ise
Ebon, thank you so much. Nwachineke, have a fantastic day. And I'm going to leave you with that video I just played 2 times for those that are joining us late that probably did not watch or listen to it.
And we can and we have, like they did in South Sudan. We must raise a voice to the fact that in every single Muslim country in the world, without exception, Christians are being persecuted. No, in Qatar, for instance, Christians live as second-class citizens. They don't have the same rights as Muslims. In Iran, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Saudi Arabia, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Pakistan, Christians are being bombed. Christians are being persecuted. He's feeding, yeah, good. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we must recognize that when Muslims dominate a society, Christians are persecuted. And that means that every Christian has a stake in the fight to roll back Islamization everywhere around the world. And we can and we have, like they did in South Sudan, like they did, ladies and gentlemen, in the Caucasus, like they are doing in Indonesia, like they are doing in Iran.
Beautiful. For the last time,
we must raise a voice to the fact that in every single Muslim country in the world, without exception, Christians are being persecuted. No, in Qatar, for instance, Christians live as second-class citizens. They don't have the same rights as Muslims. In Iran, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Saudi Arabia, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Pakistan, Christians are being bombed. Christians are being persecuted. He's feeding, yeah, good. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we must recognize that when Muslims dominate a society, Christians are persecuted. And that means that every Christian has a stake in the fight to roll back Islamization everywhere around the world. And we can and we have, like they did in South Sudan, like they did, ladies and gentlemen, in the Caucasus, like they are doing in Indonesia, like they are doing in Iran.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. I remain your host on this program, Raphael Chamaka Jere, aka Pastor Vam Vam Vam, Deputy Minister Communications, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Airborne.
There's so much in Biafra come, Umokoko, mad people everywhere. What you don't know is bigger than you. 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 Hey, he depend me, yo, gaga. He depend me, yo, gaga. He depend me, yo, gaga. This your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth, yeah. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth, yeah. Ah, he depend me, yo, gaga. Mama, he depend me, yo, gaga. In this your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. Sabotu has he depend me, yo, for you. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. When we talk about our freedom, we're not going to fast. When we talk about our freedom, we're going to fast. When we talk about our freedom, we're going to fast. Yeah, he depend me, yo, gaga. Mama, he depend me, yo, gaga. In this your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. Sabotu was he depend me, yo, gaga. Biafra voice, 247. Love you, we love you, Roger, me, blood, brother, man, you know. We go Chris. Chia Makaja, Ogara, Rasta man of God. Love, yeah. Biafra, you know. Ikuku, bad guy, you know. Water, master. Love you. I can't have a go on. I get down away with a thing. All them enemies of Biafra. Mad people everywhere. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about our freedom, we're not going to invest. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about our freedom, we're not going to invest. Yeah, he depend me, yo, for you. He depend me, yo, gaga. Africans, he depend me, yo, gaga. This your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. Ah, he depend me, yo, gaga. Mama, he depend me, yo, gaga. I don't know what's wrong with the reasoning ability of a blonde man. My God. So I'm on that maximum respect. Yeah, he depend me, yo, for you. He depend me, yo, gaga. Africans, he depend me, yo, gaga. This your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. There's so much in Biafra come, Umokoko, mad people everywhere. What you don't know is bigger than you. 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 Hey, he depend me, yo, gaga. He depend me, yo, gaga. He depend me, yo, gaga. This your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth, yeah. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth, yeah. Ah, he depend me, yo, gaga. Mama, he depend me, yo, gaga. In this your G, he depend me, yo, gaga. to us, they pay me over you. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. When we talk about our freedom, when I go the first. When we talk about our freedom, I go the first. When we talk about our freedom, you go the first. Yeah, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Mama, he dey pay me, oh gaga. In this LG, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Sabo to us, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Biafra voice 247. Love you, we love you, Reggie, me blood brother man, you know. We go Chris. Dear my God, I got Rasta man of God. Love you. Yeah. Biafra, you know. Ikuku. Bad guy, you know. Water master. Love you. I can't have a go on. I get down away from me. All them enemies of Biafra. Mad people everywhere. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about a freedom, not go to bed. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about a freedom, we're not go to bed. Yeah, he depend me for you. He depend me, oh gaga, oh gaga. This your G. He depend me, oh gaga. Ah, he depend me, oh gaga. Mama, he depend me, oh gaga. I don't know what's wrong with the reasoning ability of a black man. My God. So I'm on that maximum respect. Yeah, he depend me, oh for you. He depend me.